This is a woodsy smoke on my way home from work. On my little trail through the woods, smoking some Presbyterian Mixture. Mosquitoes are eating me up, and they're all named Zika. Maybe the smoke will keep them away. Another good side effect of smoking. So what am I smoking here? I'm smoking a new to me pipe. Good sized pipe, huh? Little too bent for me maybe. Nice smoking pipe, completely unmarked. Has a few fills. I should just leave them, not fill them. They're putty. But I just took a shine to it. You know how you do. So I went to Paulsbo for lunch today and to meet some friends of mine. Oh, oops, they didn't show up. Called them. It's tomorrow. Oh well. So since I was right down in downtown Paulsbo, I'd stop in and see Doug Owen at Cargo Hold. If anybody, any pipe smokers pass through town, through Paulsbo, on the west side of Puget Sound, and do not stop at Cargo Hold, you're missing something. I mean, it's a cool shop. And he always has this new stuff all the time. So he has a little basket with basket pipes, you know, and basket pipes usually are small, cheap, knockoffs, you know, just like castaway pipes. And this obviously was too. But nice size pipe. Ooh. So, and it's pretty rough. I mean, once you start looking at it, you know where the shank meets the bit, it's kind of not very finished. You can still see the marks, the machining marks. There's no stamping at all. Somebody said, just get rid of it, you know. But I like it. $30. So instead of a Dr. Grabo, this is a nice alternative. So thanks, Doug, for offering that, for having it there. $30 is what I might spend on a state pipe. And so to find a new pipe, and I don't know what it is, it just kind of caught my eye. So anyway, we're smoking some Presbyterian Mixture. So I was talking with Doug, who knows many things. Always really fun to hang out with him. We closed the shop up and went for a coffee, and it was really fun. A mellow blend of U.S. Virginia tobaccos and high-quality Macedonian grades. Exclusive aristocratic pipe mixture. Yeah. So Doug was saying they also have little snips of Latakia in there. And it does taste like there's a little Latakia in there. So it's nice, though. It's real mellow. It is mellow. Smooth. There's a real nice tin note, that kind of Balkan tin note. Doug was saying it's what they call plum pudding smell in the UK. Plum pudding, I don't know. That's unknown to us Americans. But it's good. It's just a nice, quality tasting mixture. So I did a little bowl to break it in. Then I tossed in a little half bowl of Balkan Supreme, which by comparison was kind of harsh. So, and that's not usually my result, but I don't usually go back to back taste testing. So this is kind of leathery, kind of dusty wood. I don't know. It's good. It's good. So we were talking about the new Food and Drug Administration in the U.S. Regulations. In 2009, they took over kind of managing tobacco. And the first result was kind of a lot of cigarette regulation in 2009. So now there's a proposed rulemaking from FDA. 499 pages of it. Wow. And I should read it. Maybe I'll look at it tonight. So Doug recommended going on the cigarrights.org website and taking a look at sending your senators a letter, your federal representatives. So I did that, and Cigar Rights is very cigar-oriented. They don't deal with pipes at all. So, and you can change the language in the letters. So I did. And I did a customized letter. And this is all part of the administration, the Obama administration's goal to reduce tobacco addiction among kids and teens. And that's noble, and that's good. With the increase in vaping, kids have really taken to that. The flavors, I guess, and that it's cool and that it's not quite smoking and it's completely unregulated here. So that is about to change. So if our representatives do not change that rulemaking from FDA, it'll go into effect August 8th. And essentially, the way I understand it, is cigars, pipe tobacco, hookah tobacco, vaping, will all products new after 2007. So, this could probably be exempt from this rulemaking way. But anything newer than that, and if you go through a pipes and cigars catalog, pornography, I tell you, pipe pornography. I keep a copy in the bathroom. All the new and different variations on aromatic and non-aromatic tobaccos. Those would all be subject to this rule, and that rule essentially would make them huge amount of cost to the manufacturers to test them and so forth, which will basically eliminate all those products. So, it's just too expensive. So, anyway, it's coming. One problem has been pipe tobacco has been labeled as pipe tobacco when it's really cigarette rolling tobacco. And I think we probably all run into that, those big bags of, crappy menthol tobacco labeled as pipe tobacco. Ooh. So, even though we're a tiny, tiny fraction of the market, we are coming into their spotlight. So, if it passes as written, it is going to be a profound change. So, smart money would probably stock up a little bit before August 8th. Um, Doug said something like it would prohibit him from repackaging bulk tobacco. You know, you could only sell tobacco as it came from the manufacturer in tins or whatever, and they're probably not going to come as little baggies, you know, so we'll be limited to tin tobacco and probably no bulk, even if it's legacy tobacco. What other changes? Should have taken notes. So you can imagine how Food and Drug Administration bureaucrats just kind of lump everything together. So our little hobby may be kind of at risk here in the U.S. I mean, this is nothing new to other countries, I think. You know, in Iceland there was one shop that sold pipe tobacco, you know. Doug was saying that he has a customer who comes down from Vancouver, BC 3 times a year to buy tobacco because the tin of MacBaron Scottish mixture that he likes, this customer, Doug said, well, you know, with Washington taxes, which are very high, I have to sell this tin for $25. And the guy said, and with the Canadian exchange rate being, you know, 75 cents to our dollar, it doesn't go very far. The guy said, oh, well, that's so much better than up here where I would pay $75 for that tin of tobacco. Wow. LJ Peretti, matches. Thank you, Tom. So the FDA rules, you know, a lot of us maybe don't get actively political. It's okay. I do get political at the local level, but I'm more of a get her done kind of guy, and so being political is a way that I get things done. So, and the larger issues just become overwhelming. But this is one that you might want to at least write a letter. You know, take a look at that cigarrights.org and take a look at their letter. It's all cigar-centric. I first started just changing where they had premium cigars. I inserted and pipe tobacco. And then I thought, what the heck? So I put in a paragraph kind of about myself, pipe smoking and what it is for me. You know, it's relaxing, it is non-addictive. It is a great conversation builder. It adds to my quality of life. All true. So, and I did say, you know, how many kids do you see smoking a pipe? It's just not cool. So, yes, vaping, but not pipe smoking. So, it's being unfairly all lumped together. So, we'll see what happens. But writing a letter is a start. You know, and I'm familiar with this at the local level, dealing with county commissioners and county staff, county level administrators and so forth, who actually are really interested in doing the public's bidding and doing the right thing and being as responsive as possible. I mean, they are, everybody, damn bureaucrats. But until you get to know them and work with them on issues, it's hard to appreciate what good people they really are. And so the least we can do is let them know how we feel about this. If you feel nothing about it, fine. Let the FDA step in and apply their 499 pages of rulemaking designed to curtail vaping and generate mass tax dollar revenue from that. That's fine, yeah. But then don't bitch. And this is nationwide. This is not at the local level. So, applies to all of us in the U.S. of A. I've developed a little whistle somewhere in this down here. Or the bit. And, I find with bent pipes, that is the weak part, is in the bending of the mouthpiece. It constricts it and makes passing the pipe cleaner kind of hard. And straight pipes are not usually afflicted with that. So anyway, I think what I'm going to do, stock up a little bit on tobacco supplies. Figure how much do you spend in a year on tobacco, and maybe move your budget forward a little bit before August 8th, and get her done. You'll smoke it, and it'll be cellared, and if it's a crappy aromatic that cellars poorly, well, bad on you. But if it's a non-aromatic, they usually cellar nicely. So, it's not like you're losing money on it. It's not like bread or milk. It's going to go bad. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep an eye on the legislation. And I may send another letter. And I may actually try and get an audience with our electeds. And just meet with them, just short meeting, 2 to 5 minutes, and just lay out why that legislation is not working for me. So, but they need to know that people care about it, and writing a letter is really so, I recommend it. So who knows? I may not get to do any wildland fire videos this year. That's east of the mountains. It seems like El Nino has left the building, and La Nina, his kinder, gentler, and cooler, wetter sister, is setting up shop. So the result will probably be a very subdued wildland fire system, which is good. For property damage and so forth. But where's the adventure in that? We'll see. There might still be a few fires to go. Presbyterian Mixture. Pretty good. I like it. Mellow. Yeah. The trend is towards these Robusto mixtures. Full of flavor, Kentucky dark fired. 50% Perique. Well, okay, fair enough. But there's something to be said for mellow and kind of a quality smoke. Sometimes when I work into the evening, I'll just be cranking on a project. On one of my computers, I'll put on YouTube, and sometimes I'll watch pipe presenters. Sometimes that takes too much attention away from what I'm doing. Last night I was just kind of in the mood for aircraft crashes. I don't know why. So air crash investigation stuff. So there's one on Flight 811, which was a United Airlines 747 bound from LA to New Zealand, probably often. And they got close to Hawaii, and the front cargo door blew off. Oh, it's no good over the Pacific. So, and took 9 people with it. Opened a big gaping hole in the fuselage, and it's just amazing the thing didn't just like blow up right there, disintegrate. Good ever made product. Yes. So, but there had been known problems. A lot of cargo hatches lift up into the aircraft, and then they seal as a plug so that the door is bigger than the opening, and so it's fail-safe. If the latches fail or something, it gets sucked down and it's not going to blow out. Well, DC-10s also have that issue. Turkish Airlines outside Paris, remember? So, and there were some others. So, Boeing knew there was a problem. Issued an airworthiness directive, but the FAA gave airlines 18 months to implement it. So it was an entirely avoidable accident. It was negligence and cheap economy. I mean, yeah, it costs millions to take a big aircraft like that out of service for a day, which is what it requires. The repair itself only cost about $2,000, but the labor and the cost of non-rev was millions. So of course the airlines just put it off as long as they could. I hate that whistle. I'll have to figure something out there. So anyway, it's fascinating stuff. It was initially a bad design anyway from Boeing. It allowed a lot more cargo in that space because the door opened out, but the design was not good. So the fix, yeah, they did come up with a fix after a few problems. Did they have a crash? No, I don't believe so, but did they have any deaths? I can't remember. Before that 8/11 incident. But how freaking scary would that be? And they interviewed the people who were like, the seats ahead of them had blown out, and here's this huge gaping hole in the aircraft, and their feet are like dangling in space. They're the next ones to go. And it's just, would that be life-changing or what? Wow. So anyway, we have this vast trust that all these airplanes are, and statistically they are safe, but sometimes there are boo-boos, and that was a big one. Yeah. There have been others. Anyway, I find that topic kind of fascinating. I don't know. So here I am rambling away. So I'm just enjoying this pipe. Vin Ordinaire, it's big, but, it's otherwise a very classic shape. My rubber soft beat, or my vinyl bit doesn't fit as well as I'd like either. So, I don't know what to do about that. I was thinking of trying some of that self-sealing tape. But I think it would just, the vinyl's so great because it's just, chew on that and it doesn't affect it. There's some chew marks on it, but that's all. It never wears through. And hey, it's food safe vinyl, so it should be good, right? So anyway, I'm rambling. FDA rulemaking, though. You better act. Do something. Just go to cigarrights.org and look at their letter and add some pipe language in there, or tell them who you are. I like things like that. but it's important to do it. Okay. Time to go home and mow the yard before it rains. Thank you, La Nina.